Selling art prints on Etsy might be a good idea if you're willing to sell at low price points, taking very small profit margins, and if you're willing to play the SEO game, which means that you will be making art in function of keywords. Now, besides that, there are some other downsides that artists simply are not aware of when they're selling on Etsy. And so in this video, we will be covering why Etsy's new ad policy will ruin 99% of businesses, art businesses running on Etsy. Why the commissions taken by Etsy are actually not sustainable for any art businesses in the long run, and why Etsy's new free shipping policy is actually illegal. But before we go on, let's hit that intro. Dumbass, you don't have an intro. Who the f*** do you think you are? Casey f***ing Neistat? No, get your shit together, okay? I mean, let's just start the video. Let's start off with Etsy's recent offsite ad policy. Because this is one of those things that big businesses use and get away with because artists are not aware of it. Now, in essence, the offsite ad policy states that you will pay a fee, a commission for every sale that comes from offsite ads delivered by Etsy. In other words, if Etsy puts an ad on Google or any other platform that drives traffic towards you and then eventually somebody buys from you, then you will pay 15% commission on that sale. Now, in essence, this sounds fairly fair. This sounds fair. They drive traffic, which for most artists is the hardest part, and so they get 15% commission for that. Sure. But there is a catch. It's actually not fair at all. Let me explain. Let's take the following example. Let's say you have an amazing product. You have amazing customer service, and so as a result of that, people want to buy again from you later on. And so they remember your name, they type it in Google when they want to buy something from you, etc., etc. Now, on top of that, you also have amazing marketing skills on social media. You're constantly promoting your stuff. You have followers, the whole thing. These people remember your name, and when they want to buy something from you, they type in your name on Google, they click on the first link, they go to your shop, they buy whatever they like, and everything is amazing. Now, here's the catch. Here's the catch. Because Etsy knows this. They place an ad right on top of Google that your customers, because of your branding, click on, and then they buy your product, you paying a 50% commission to Etsy because they clicked on the ad. When in reality, it's not Etsy's advertisement quality that brings that customer, but your branding that brought that customer. And so in other words, if you're selling on Etsy, you cannot market your stuff anymore. All of your branding effort is wasted. Everything that you do on social media to get your name out is helping Etsy instead of you. This is one of those business tricks that artists are simply not aware of, and that is fairly unfair. Now, on top of all of this, Etsy already charges a 5% transaction and shipping fee and a 3 to 4% payment processing fee. And so in total, they could be taking 24% on every sale you make. I mean, if you're an artist that gets most of their revenue from selling prints on Etsy, then you might as well give away 20% equity to them. This is not a business model. This is not a business model. If you would go to investors with this business model where you would give away 24% on every transaction because Etsy gives you a website structure that you could be building with WordPress for free in a couple of days, investors would laugh with you. They would literally laugh you out of the room. I mean, this is not a model. Definitely not sustainable. This is the danger of letting someone else control your business. And this is exactly why I encourage people, artists, to build their own websites. And in the beginning, the first 2 years, that's going to be less profit for you. But the next 10 years, 20, 30, 40, whatever years, it's going to be so much better. And besides all of the things that I already mentioned, we have to understand that everything compounds over time. And so an object in motion remains in motion unless you apply a force against it. With which I want to say that Etsy is going to remain making these types of decisions time and time and time again, leaving less and less profits for the the creators. I mean, all the way in the beginning, Etsy was very friendly for people like us. Etsy was very friendly for artists creating all type of original stuff. Now, not so much anymore. And so mark my words, 24% now will be 30%, will be 40%. Why will they do that? Well, sometimes just because they can, sometimes because of greed, and sometimes because of market saturation. More people coming online, selling online, which means more competition, and so the price to drive traffic to your website will increase. And it's going to come at the cost of you, the seller, not at the cost of Etsy. And then you can say, yeah, but Dries, I'm going to just sell more expensively. I'm just going to mark it up 40%, whatever. No, like that's not going to happen. Why? Because Etsy has a culture of low prices. Etsy doesn't have the customers, the culture to sell art prints at high prices. Galleries do. Etsy doesn't. Now, before we go on, I have to share some tragic news with you guys. YouTube has notified me. I'm not even sure if I can share this legally, to be honest, but I'm going to do so anyway. YouTube has notified me that my subscribers and viewers, you, leave the like button unliked too many times. And so they asked me to ask you to press the like button on this video, because otherwise they will remove my channel from YouTube. So please press the like button. It would make me happy. It would make you happy. It would make YouTube happy, everybody happy. And so if the like button is blue, we can go on with this video. So enough of the offsite ads policy. Let's talk about free shipping. In essence, Etsy understood that people don't like hidden shipping costs. And so that was lowering the conversion rates, lowering sales, lowering the amount of money that they could make. And so the solution was simple. Introducing the free shipping policy, which states that people, sellers, will get priority in search rankings and on advertisement spots if they offer free shipping. Now, if you're an artist selling original art, that is not what you want, because your original art will be shipped and that will cost you 50 to 100 euros easily. And so you don't want to take that on yourself. Now, on top of this, the free shipping policy is also illegal. Let me explain. In Europe and the US, you cannot offer an item for free, but mark up another item that is essential for that first item to cover up the cost of the free item. In other words, you cannot offer a $10 item for free, but make the shipping $10 more expensive, or the other way around. You cannot offer shipping for free, but add those costs into the product. Now, Etsy would never be able to get away with this legally. And so here's what they do. They put people higher in the search rankings when they offer free shipping, knowing very well that those sellers don't know the law in their head. And so all of them, or most of them, will mark up their prices and make their products more expensive. And so as a result, Etsy puts the responsibility on the sellers instead of themselves. Now, as a result of all of this, they of course are outcompeting the competition with illegal pricing strategies. Now, I'm not saying this because I think that the sellers will be sued because of this. They just simply don't know. The reason that I'm saying this is because this is not a long-term business strategy, and Etsy knows that, and at some point they will have to stop doing that, stop encouraging people doing that. And so they will lose at that point, I don't know, let's say 3% revenue, I don't know. This is just a gamble. Now, that 3%, they will charge that to, of course, the sellers. Of course, the sellers. And so as I stated, the 24% that they now take, that will become 30, 40% or more in the future. Now, on top of that, this whole free shipping policy is another sneaky way that big businesses like Etsy take advantage of artists like us. And this is something that 98% of sellers do not realize. By forcing people to use free shipping, Etsy, is effectively manipulating you into paying a fee on your shipping costs, because you will pay a fee on your item costs every sale that you make. And so think about this for a moment. This is very subtle. If you have a product that costs $10 and the shipping costs also $10, then you will pay a 5% shipping fee that we mentioned on the $10 item. But if it's free shipping, your product now becomes $20 and you pay 5% on $20. These are the small things that these businesses do that I was not aware of 8 years ago, but that you should be aware of if you want to run a business as an artist. And something else that sellers don't realize is that free shipping is actually very bad for the customers as well. Let's take the following example. If a collector buys 3 art prints from you that could easily be shipped together, then now with the free shipping, they are paying 3 times shipping instead of 1 time that is hidden in the item cost, resulting in Etsy taking more fees. Now, here's the thing, a regular buyer doesn't know this. They don't know that free shipping actually hurts them. But a collector, somebody who's financially literate, they know this. And as a result, they don't shop on Etsy. They're not stupid people. Now, is this something new? It's something that we haven't seen before? No. It's the same move that eBay pulled off years ago that drove all the artists away from their platform. Now, I'm not saying this to you because I'm a website designer that secretly wants to sell you stuff, wants to design your website when you move away from Etsy or something. I'm telling you this as a fellow artist to help you out for free. I mean, this is the type of information that people are paying hundreds of dollars for in one-on-one sessions, in courses, in whatever, you name it. Now, let's say you want to grow towards the future, you want to scale your art business, which is a good desire to have as an artist. Then let's say you want to, in the future, collaborate with galleries. Now, in this scenario, you will have to sell artworks at high prices so that the commission that galleries can take is interesting enough for them. And so the question becomes, can you sell high-ticket items on Etsy? Can you sell an artwork for perhaps a couple of $1,000s? Can you sell an art print for $500, for example? Now, in order to figure out whether or not this is possible, we go on Etsy and we type in art prints, enter. Now, as you can see in the search results, the art prints that are highest ranked, the art prints, in other words, that Etsy is making most of their money on, are prints for $20. Are prints for $20. And so, after seeing this, you should immediately know that Artsy is not a platform for artists anymore. And definitely not a scalable platform towards the future. Now, I saved the best for last. When people are buying your art on Etsy, they are not buying from you. They are buying from Etsy. Now, what do I mean with that? First of all, when someone asks your customer where they bought that art print from, then your customer will say, oh, I bought it from Etsy. They will not say, oh, I bought it from Tom. No. And second of all, and this is actually more important, when you have your own website, for example, and a customer comes on your website, they don't buy anything, but they check your prints out. They don't leave an email address, or they put your prints in a cart, but don't actually buy it, don't go through with the transaction. Then you can retarget all of those people in advertisements. And if you know anything about e-commerce, you know that all the money is in retargeting campaigns, and so you basically miss out on all the good stuff. In the long run, this means that you reduce the lifetime value of your customer to a one-off sales transaction. This is very bad, because it basically means that your customers will not come back to your store to buy more. And this is very bad because the people that are most likely to buy from you are the people who already bought from you. And on top of all of this, you, while using Etsy, cannot do any email marketing campaigns because they don't allow you to have the emails of your customers. Now, I can assure you that the best art businesses at this moment are using email marketing campaign strategies. The best galleries are doing that as well. And so you might not want to do that or don't have the time to do that because you have other strategies at this moment. But I can guarantee you, if you take this whole art thing seriously, that you will want to do that in the future. And so you have to make decisions that will or allow you to do that in the future, or you have to already collect an email list at this moment. And so after you hear all of this, what can we do about it? What's the solution? Because there's this notion that if you make art prints or handmade objects or artworks that you have to sell on Etsy, that you need Etsy. But the truth is, you don't need Etsy. But Etsy does need you. Etsy without creators is just not an interesting marketplace. A lot of times artists, they are afraid that their art is useless, that other people think their art is useless, but the truth is that art is the only necessity. If you think about it, art is the only necessity. If people come home from their jobs, from the things they have to do, they come home and they play a video game, they watch a movie, they read a book, they go to theater, they go to a concert, whatever they do is created by artists. And so art is the only necessity. Without art, Etsy is just a bad version of Amazon. Etsy needs you. You don't need Etsy. And so what can we do about this? What's the solution? What's the solution to this whole messy equation? I suggest that we get the word out and share this message with other artists so that everybody can become aware of the power of artists, so that artists can start choosing the right platforms or build their own website. And in doing so, you're gonna make the same choices, the same important choices. I can guarantee you, for example, if you're using or you are going to use Wix, Squarespace or Shopify, then, or any of those types of websites, then you will lose in the long run no matter what. Those are the same mistakes as the people who are going on Etsy are making. Will put you in the same position. So if you want to know my opinion on that, why those websites are just not the right choice, then watch my video, WooCommerce vs Shopify, best print-on-demand websites for artists. And my name is Dries Ketels. Hope to see you again sometime soon. Ciao, ciao.